Everybody, market update. So, look, it's been a tumultuous week. We did have a 25% basis point increase by the Fed. I think it was pretty much priced in for the most part. Everyone was expecting it. You get those percentages of what percentage chance there is of a 25 basis point rise versus a 50 basis point versus a zero. And the vast majority did expect a 25 basis point rise. Quite interesting that he was quite hawkish when he delivered. He said, look, they are committed to getting the 2% inflation. And they're not going to stop until they get there, pretty much. And yes, there is, a couple of banks that are crumbling, but they are committed to doing this. So, we did see the market react quite violently, up and down as it always does. As he was talking and he was a bit hawkish, it went, down. As he became a slightly dovish, it went up. But overall, he's on a path, and he's not deviating from that path. 25 basis points is where it was at, and we did see the markets react. Today there has been a recovery. We've got the S&P up slightly, the Nasdaq down slightly, but overall the stock market is pretty flat. Overall on the week it's up though. And if we have a look here, we did have UBS buying Credit Suisse. So there was this emergency deal, and this was really quite interesting because initially UBS had said, look, they're not interested at all in buying Credit Suisse. And then they had an emergency meeting over the weekend, last weekend, and they came to an agreement at the end of it to buy Credit Suisse for 3.25 billion. The interesting thing about this is that the government has said to them that there will be a backstop for them as well. So the government will help them if they do need assistance, if UBS needs assistance. And also compared to the market price of Credit Suisse at the time. So those of you who are with us on YouTube, I'm busy sharing actually an internal note sent to all UBS clients from UBS when they acquired Credit Suisse on the 19th of March. They sent this out to all of their clients. I actually happen to be a UBS client, which is why I got this. And they were saying this is why they did it. They said it was an attractive financial terms, which includes downside protection and a very significant liquidity support provided by the SMB. UBS strategy doesn't change. It includes growth plans in the US and APAC, adding scale to our leading global wealth and asset management franchise with $5 trillion in invested assets, strategic global banking businesses to be retained, majority of Credit Suisse market positions moved to non-core and exited alongside Credit Suisse NCU and SPG units, and that UBS remains very well capitalized, and they're confident in this. But the interesting thing is that the share price was about 1.5 francs at the time, and they ended up paying almost half of that. And that was after Credit Suisse had already collapsed pretty much. And they've got a huge amount of downside protection by the government, 25 billion francs. Which is actually unbelievable. So yeah, look, they wouldn't have done this deal if they didn't believe it was a good deal. It makes them the number one bank in Switzerland, the UBS, with over 5 trillion francs of assets under management. So this is really interesting. I haven't seen before almost like a forced bailout, the government coming in and saying, look, you're the second biggest bank or you're the biggest bank, bail out this bank over here and we'll sort of help if it doesn't go the way you expect it to go. Yeah, man. So I found that really, really interesting. And just to keep in the market update here, before we jump on for comments, have a look here at Bitcoin sitting at $27,840. Down slightly on the day, but still very, very strong on the week. Ethereum at 1,750, also down slightly. We did see with the Arbitrum airdrop that there was a massive bump in pricing on crypto. And then today, the market's pulled back slightly. We got Solana sitting at $20.50, still a bit of FUD over there. We've got Arbitrum, which we're going to talk about, sitting at $1.30. We've got Blur at 50 cents. We've got Gala sitting at 0.04 cents and Ape sitting just under $4. And that, my friends, concludes the market update.
Bro, that was fucking beautiful. Let me zoom myself in a teeny tiny bit. And we're good. Nice. Dude, yeah, holy shit. I missed most of the things going on in NFT land just because I was out running around being a DJ with Andres, but holy smokes, so much stuff has happened, you know, like so much stuff has happened. And the news of the government, so I know we're gonna talk about, I know you have segments on it, like the TikTok thing, the thing in like the courts, and you do, right?
Yeah, I do. I do.
Okay, okay. Like that stuff is gonna be crazy to hear about. So I don't even want to say too much in the beginning, just because we're gonna have it for all the segments. But guys, I'm very very excited. If you haven't already, smash the likes for us. Subscribe to Philip's YouTube channel. If you're in Spaces, likes, retweet, or no, just yeah, likes, retweets, tag people, let people know that we're here. We're gonna get into it. You guys know we have like a hour, 2 hour stream sometimes, and we get into all the things. We get into all the things. There's a lot to talk about.
For sure. So let's start with the Arbitrum airdrop. This was a massive, massive airdrop in the end of it. You're looking at, if you're saying that the price is $1.50 on average, it's about $1.40 currently. And it's almost like a $10 billion valuation. I think, again, absolutely not financial advice, but if you look at the size of them compared to similar airdrops, and people who know a lot about this are saying $1 to $1.50 seems to be fair value. But always directly after an airdrop like this, it does take some time before the market sort of settles and you get to see the price. There's usually a pullback as people sell, and over weeks, then it sort of finds its level, and then it tends to slowly start rising if they continue doing good things, or completely dumps if they do bad things. But Arbitrum's one of the better ones for sure. We did see when it came out, it went as high, and this is common, but it went as high as about $15 at a stage as it came out, and they had massive problems. The website crashed. Guys weren't able to claim. So if you were one of the first people to claim, there was this lack of supply because other people couldn't claim, and there was a good 10 minutes when it was trading at $10 to $15, which is absolutely incredible. But that is like standard with this sort of thing. And then slowly
Did you
they
get the
have
claim?
been increasing the claims. The claims have been coming out quite nicely. And as we say, now sitting at about $1.30. So yeah, man, this was big. This was really big, Kate. A lot of people got a lot of money. And straight as it was happening, we saw Bitcoin and Ethereum climbing. Obviously, people converting their Arbitrum into Bitcoin and ETH mostly, which is incredible.
Yeah. Did you get to claim? Did you? I forget if you said it right before, but did you get to claim any? Because I didn't get any.
I didn't get any. I checked all my wallets, and I hadn't. I don't know. I thought I had. There was the dates in the beginning. If you were too early, you also didn't make it. So it's possible, but I had to check all my wallets, and none of them were eligible, unfortunately. But people got on average at this current price, as it is now, at $1.50 ish. People got about $5,000 for very few steps, doing about 9 different steps, but quite basic, bridging, doing a couple of transactions and things like that. Yeah, so
That's the game
hindsight
of airdrops,
2020,
bro.
bro.
That's
Yeah,
literally the game. You guys remember? You guys remember? If you guys, hey, if y'all remember OpenDAO, I think it was OpenDAO, one of those, or Looks Rare. If y'all were like early ones on that, if you were here, probably subscribe to me and Philip's YouTube channels, because we probably covered it within 24 hours. Like I was on top of it quick, and I pulled out a good 2K, just like literally doing nothing. I was like, bro, what what just happened? So if you guys remember that, smash the
yeah.
likes for us, retweets.
There was also the SOS one, which was big, but I actually think, Kate, that this is the biggest that there has been. Hey, I really
Really?
do. I mean, it's yeah. Just from a market cap perspective, it's definitely bigger than 99% of them at the very very least. I mean, this is big. This is really big. I mean, what, $7 to $10 billion was airdrop at
Why do you
current
think this
value.
one did so well?
Say that again. I didn't hear you so well.
Why do you think this one just mooned so quickly, and why did it even take it all? I mean, for people who don't know, there's like a ton of airdrops that happen. We only hear about a select few of them that either do really well or really bad, and they just catch news for whatever reason. Why do you think this one took off so quickly?
Look, it's got huge support. I mean, and it's a very, very notable chain. And people are excited about it. It's really supposed to be. I mean, the irony is that the chain couldn't handle the claims,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that was a bit bearish on it. But I mean, overall, good people who know a lot about tokens and the crypto side of things have been very excited about not the airdrop, but they have been excited about that, but just Arbitrum in general, the blockchain itself and the ecosystem and what they're building. Um, so yeah, man, but absolutely massive and really good for the space. The guys who were able to claim to get $5,000 that you never had before, that you could either pull out and convert to fiat, or if you wanted to, you could have converted it to crypto. It's good. It's good for the space. It's good to see.
Yeah, bro. I could use the little $5,000 airdrop for no reason. That would be nice, dude. What would you do if you just got 5K dropped into your wallet?
I think I'd pull out half of it, and I think I'd keep half of it in different coins. Um, maybe keep a little bit in Arbitrum, put some into um, ETH, obviously, Bitcoin, Solana, maybe Gala Games, a bit of Ape, those sort of ones, the ones that I typically cover in the beginning of the show. Yeah, so pull out half and then play with the rest. Then you're pretty much playing without money because you've actually pulled out the equivalent of what you're gambling with.
True, true. Yeah, I probably would have bought out my contract and then moved to LA today if I had a $5,000 airdrop that had happened. That would probably be what I do.
Incredible. I want to hear more about your trip, but I just want to finish off here. So we got Blur
Yeah.
in the last 24 hours down to 25 million, OpenSea 8 million, X2Y2 700,000, Immutable X 600,000, CryptoPunks 590,000. If you add that together, I'm always just taking Blur and dividing it by four. That's how I'm sort of estimating what it really is. So it's pretty much equivalent in my mind to OpenSea if you take out the bid farming. There's maybe 20, 30, 40 big guys like Mahi Big Brother who are just trading all day against, the other couple of big guys who are just trying to farm this airdrop. So I would say 8 million Blur, 8 million OpenSea. You're looking at about 17, 18 million overall in the market. So definitely crypto volume is down.